Hey, it's Jocelyn Hillam here with the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, where we find mindset shifts that help us to find more positivity in those seasons of life that, let's be honest, can be harder than we thought they would be, or at least that has been my experience. Pregnancy and motherhood have both been harder than I thought they would be. And I always wanted to be a mom, so this was really discouraging. I had always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I found myself drowning in negativity and negative thoughts about pregnancy and motherhood, and I didn't know if I could be a stay-at-home mom. It seemed to be too much. But I knew it was what I wanted to do deep inside, so I wanted to give it a fair shot. A couple years after my first was born, I kind of got into self-help and thought work and working with my brain instead of working against it. And it changed my pregnancies and it changed my motherhood for the better. I am still a stay-at-home mom. I have been married for 10 years and had kids 9 of those years. And I love it. I love being a stay-at-home mom who homeschools her children. And I have found even more positivity in pregnancy through changing my thoughts. It has been powerful. And that is why I do this podcast, is because I want to share what I have learned with you to help you in your motherhood. And today is one of those learning experiences that I had just this week. So thank you for joining. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Thanks for joining. I really just wanted to take today's episode to share with you what happened to me over the 4th of July and how I want to do better. And the reason I want to share this with you is because first, it'll help encourage me to do better. And second, hopefully it might help you if you're similar to me to do better during these types of situations. So I used to love certain holidays as a kid, and the 4th of July was one of those holidays because it was just jam-packed with fun. There was always stuff to be done the whole day. Like, we'd start the morning with a flag ceremony and pancake breakfast for my grandpa's at my grandpa's church, and then we would sometimes hit a parade, go to my aunt and uncle's for a barbecue and swimming party, and then off to fireworks and fun. It was a fun-filled day, and I loved it as a kid. I still love the 4th of July. It has been a fun holiday for me, and because I think it was fun when I was a kid, it has carried, and I want it to carry. But this 4th of July, and actually it seems to be kind of not just on 4th of July, but reoccurring with a lot of holidays, there seems to be misunderstandings and miscommunications and things that I wanted to do that I didn't verbalize or communicate, that didn't get done, and kids that get under my skin and cause me to just be irritated, to cause me to be upset and frustrated and annoyed and not even enjoying my favorite holiday. This totally happened on the 4th of July. And it was discouraging, and I still feel terrible about how much I let it bother me at the time, which is why I am trying to get over it. I'm trying to just feel that pain and move on and learn from it. Next time I will, right? So let me give you a little bit of background on why I was so frustrated and upset, and the thought I had during the fireworks that I was totally eye-opening, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing? So I've been potty training our youngest. She just barely turned 2, and we've been potty training her. But on the 4th of July, we're like, we'll just put a diaper on her to be safe. We've got a full day planned, and we don't want to have to mess with accidents and wet clothes and carrying wet clothes and what have you. So I knew that it had been a while since she had gone poo. As moms, you kind of get those schedules in your mind when your kids are young. And I kind of knew that she was due, and it was getting close to the fireworks starting. And it was within a couple hours of the fireworks starting, and she said potty, like she had to go potty. So I was like, okay, I'll take you to the potty. At this point, the line was not very long, and in the area we were sitting at, there was only one bathroom and like a million people. Okay, maybe not a million, but it definitely felt like a million people were in this area. But at this time, the line wasn't too long, so we waited for 3 or 4 people, and we got to go. There was only one stall in this bathroom. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that was kind of part of my headache. There was only one stall in this area with so many people, so many women in this area. And so I took her potty and she didn't go. And I've noticed this with her, that it usually takes her 3 or 4 times of like just sitting on the potty and then saying done and then getting back on the potty before she'll actually relieve herself and go to the bathroom, at least when it comes to poo. So we did this once, and then 20 minutes later, what do you know, we got to go back to the bathroom. I tried for all it was worth to get her to go in the diaper, but that was a no-go, and that is because I had been training her so well that she needed to go in the potty, and she was like, no, she didn't want to go in the diaper and wouldn't, and so we had to go wait in line at the potty again. By this time, there are like at least 15 people in line ahead of us in this one stall bathroom. And I'm like, oh, this will be so fun. This will take up our next 40 minutes while waiting. And we finally get in, and what do you know? She doesn't go to the bathroom again. I am frustrated at this point. I am annoyed. I am upset. I come back to where we were sitting with them, and I find out that one of our bike tires is flat. We had rode our bikes to this spot, and it was going flat, and my husband's like, I'm going to have to repair this. Like, it'll be flat before we get back to the truck. And I was like, really? Like, it was just another thing. And so he ended up having to go bike to Walmart. I was stuck with all 4 kids in a busy area, and I was just annoyed. I was letting it drive me crazy. I was short with my kids. I was unhappy. I was frustrated. I was disappointed. And I was annoyed. And this went on all the way until the beginning of the fireworks. And they were amazing. The fireworks show we went to was so good. And they time the fireworks to music. And they have like words and encouragement in the music, so it's kind of like a real good tribute to our freedoms, to those who have fought for our freedoms, and the beginning of that program was so touching. Like, I almost cried touching. It was amazing. And it got me thinking, like, why have I been so upset this day, or at least these last few hours? Why have I let all of this get under my skin? And it just kind of replayed in my mind how my kids might have viewed their mom. And that like just made my heart drop. Makes me want to cry thinking about it. It made my heart sink that my kids' memory of that 4th of July was of a frustrated mom who was not having fun, who did not enjoy holidays. And that is the opposite of what I want my children to think about the 4th of July and some of those holidays. I want them to have a mom who has fun, who is willing to have fun, who is willing to make an adventure of going to the bathroom with one stall 15 times for a 2-year-old, who finds it an adventure and a little hiccup that we have to repair a bike tire, but who can still be fun and congenial during those things and not frustrated, annoyed, short, and disappointed. Just that little vision of realizing what kind of mom I was being during that holiday made me realize that, man, if I keep this up during holidays, my kids are going to have terrible memories of me during holidays. And I don't want them to have terrible memories of me during holidays. I want them to be fun. I want me to be fun too for them. That they will want to connect and come back on holidays and not avoid me because of their memories of how miserable it was for me. It was a really big eye-opener, and I wanted to share it with you because I feel like it can be an eye-opener to you too. What memory are your kids going to have of you on holidays? Is it a good memory, or is it a memory that needs improving? This was one of those next time I will situations for me. I did a whole podcast on those 4 words, next time I will. And next time I will do a lot better in trying to make the most of the moments. Make it an adventure and to have fun. Let go of the stress and frustration and hold space for fun and joy. And I encourage you in your motherhood to do the same. Next time a holiday or a birthday or an event comes up that you feel stressed and frustrated and irritated about, think about the memory that is creating for your children. How they are going to view you. Is that someone you want to be, or do you want to change that? I know for me in this instance, I wanted to change that, and I am going to change that. I'm committing to you now to do better. Anyways, just wanted to share that with you today as we are getting back into the swing of things, and July is well on its way. You are amazing, Mama. You are probably going to fall short, just like I do. But you know what? It's okay, because we learn from when we fall short. It's not a failure, it's a learning experience. And as we learn together in motherhood, we can become better mothers and the people that we want to be, the women that we want to be, the mothers that we want to be. God needs you. Your children need you, and you need you to become the woman that you desire to be. I believe in you, and I am cheering for you. Keep letting your light shine. If you need some deeper help with mom coaching, maybe you have some frustrating and irritating things that go on and really get under your skin, and you need an outside person to help look into it and help you work through it, I can do that. I do coaching, but my coaching is different because I'm a mom just like you, and mom life, stay-at-home mom life, is very busy. Even though you're at home, you're occupied with children and cleaning and cooking almost constantly. That is why my coaching is only 10 minutes once a week for 5 weeks in a row. I hold you accountable to implement the thought tools that I lead and guide you through as we work through some of your issues. If that calls to you, email me in the show notes and let me know that you need some extra mom help, some mom coaching, and I can help you with that. Thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, will you share it with one of your friends? Tell them about Jocelyn Hillam and the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, and let's be strong together. Thanks for doing that, but thanks even more for applying what you learn into your life. That is where you will see the biggest difference, and that is the difference I desire to make, is the difference in your life and in your motherhood. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts for a better you in a positive pregnancy, in losing that stubborn baby weight, and becoming the mom you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. I can help you find the small, doable steps without drastic changes to your everyday mom life. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.